Have you ever started a formal letter with something like, "Hey there"? It's one of those tiny mistakes that can actually have a huge impact on your score. Welcome to the Explainer by IELTS Guide Phil on YouTube.
So let's just jump right in with this question. Think about it for a second. When you're writing to your boss versus your best friend, are you going to use the same words? No way, right? The words you pick create a very specific tone. And in the IELTS exam, getting that tone right can be the difference between a good score and a truly great one.
And this slide just nails the point perfectly. Look at this. Both of these phrases are asking for advice, but they sound like they're from completely different planets. "I wish to solicit your advice" is so professional, so respectful. Then you've got "1 and 2 pick your brain," super casual, super friendly. Choosing the right one for your IELTS Writing Task 1 letter is, and I mean this, absolutely crucial.
Okay, so let's get to the heart of it. Why are we even talking about this? Why does tone matter so much? Well, it all boils down to one simple idea. You've got to match your vocabulary to the person you're writing to, and of course, your reason for writing.
Here's the thing you really have to get. Your choice of words is a direct signal to the examiner. It proves that you get it, that you can navigate different social and professional situations in English. Mastering this skill, which is something IELTS Guide Phil teaches all the time, is a direct path to bumping up that band's score.
All right, first up, let's open up our formal vocabulary toolkit. Think of this as your go-to language for any situation that calls for professionalism, seriousness, and a whole lot of respect.
So when are you going to pull these words out? Well, you'll use this toolkit when you're writing to people in positions of authority or to big organizations where you don't have any kind of personal relationship. We're talking job applications, official complaints, or maybe inquiries to a university.
Take a word like esteemed. It's fantastic. Using it immediately sets such a respectful tone. It shows the examiner, right from that very first sentence, that you hold the person or organization you're writing to in really high regard.
And instead of just saying the simple "I want to ask for," using a word like solicit completely elevates your request. It's so much more precise, it's so much more professional, and it instantly shows you have a sophisticated command of the language. It's a small change with a huge impact.
And when you want to say thank you, expressing your gratitude is just so much more powerful and formal than a simple thanks. It really carries more weight, and it shows off a higher level of vocabulary.
But not every letter is going to be super formal. And that brings us to our next category, what I like to call the semi-formal sweet spot. This is all about finding that perfect balance between being professional and being a little more personal.
You'll find yourself using this tone with people you actually know, but maybe not on a really deep personal level. So think of a colleague you work with every day, or a professor whose class you're in. There's a relationship there, but it's still, rooted in a professional or formal kind of setting.
A word like recommend is just perfect for this tone. It's not as forceful as demand, but it's definitely more formal than, "Hey, you should try this." It lets you offer a suggestion politely and respectfully, which is just ideal for someone you have a working relationship with.
Oh, and using a word like concern is a fantastic way to build a connection. It shows you're actually listening, that you understand their point of view. It really helps create this sense of collaboration and empathy, but in a totally professional way.
And finally, let's relax a little bit. It's time to talk about keeping it casual. This is the language you get to use with people you know really well, where all those strict rules of formal writing can be bent a little. Now, the crucial thing here, and this is a big one, is to only use this tone when you're writing to close friends or family. Using informal language in a formal or semi-formal letter is a major, major mistake in the IELTS exam, so it's so important to know where that boundary is.
Phrasal verbs like catch up are a classic sign of informal English. It's just such a warm, friendly, and natural way to open a letter to a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Informal letters are where you can actually show genuine emotion. Words like thrilled are perfect for this. They're expressive, they're conversational, and they make your writing sound authentic and like it's coming from the heart.
Now, we've really only scratched the surface today. These examples we've looked at, they actually come from a comprehensive list of 100 essential words put together by IELTS Guide Phil. For the full toolkit, you are definitely going to want to check out the complete guide over on his blog.
Okay, so we've seen the words, we get the different tones, but how do we actually put this knowledge into action and make it work for us? Let's break it down with a quick guide for success.
This summary table right here is basically your cheat sheet.
I love how this slide just lays everything out side by side. You can see at a glance when to use each tone and the kind of feeling you want to create. This is a perfect tool to use for your revision.
And here are 4 really practical tips right from IELTS Guide Phil's blog. Always match your words to your relationship and your purpose, but maybe most importantly, be consistent with it. You can't switch from a word like solicit in one sentence to catch up in the next. That is a huge red flag for the examiner.
And honestly, this quote from Phil really says it all. The ultimate goal isn't just to memorize a long list of words. The real skill, the one that's going to get you a band 7 or higher, is understanding the context and then deploying that perfect word at the perfect time.
So, with these tools and this deeper understanding of tone, you are now so much better equipped to tackle this task. The real question is, are you ready to apply this and start writing letters that are truly going to impress that examiner?
To keep your journey going, be sure to read the full blog post. It has all 100 vocabulary words at IELTSGuidePhil.com. You can also watch more explainers just like this one right here on his YouTube channel. And you can get even more support by joining the Facebook community. All the links you need are right down there in the description.
And hey, if you're ready for some personalized feedback to really take your skills to the next level, just drop a comment below to find out more about IELTS Guide Phil's online writing and speaking coaching service. Thanks so much for watching.